video by Ty's Corner. The red pill is finally, all caps, dead. Let's get straight into it, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe so you keep doing reactions.
Honestly, you're too stupid to understand them.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is
that? That's his. Hey, this is a crazy opening. He said your wife has 3 baby daddies. I don't know what sniz is either, but let's see. Is it ass? I don't know.
You're a fucking. Don't talk shit about my wife.
He's talking about eating coochie because it's his wife. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. But if you in this space, it is something wrong with that, brother. What do you mean? Because she's gay? No.
Shut your mouth. It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
He's not. Ain't nothing necessarily even wrong with that if he's dating. I just said it. It's because he's in the manosphere red pill space. If he's just a regular dude who's like giving male advice per se, wouldn't be that big a deal if his wife had 3 baby daddies. You know, he wouldn't be attacking a lesbian woman for, being a lesbian. That'd be like if she was lesbian talking to me and being like, you like vagina, weirdo. You like schniz, straight boy. Like I don't care. She don't care if you tell her that, bro. Like that's not a dunk, gang. This video is insane.
I am a goddamn alpha male. Yes, I said it, alpha male. I don't care if you think that's toxic.
People look at me as soon as I walk in and they're like,
well, people don't think it's toxic per se. People think that's just corny, but hey.
Who is this guy? I look like I'm going to hurt somebody.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
Yes, you do. If you don't, that's assault. All right. Good open though.
It's no secret that the Red Pill movement is pretty much in the grave at this point. And to be honest, I'm glad. YouTube needs to be cleansed 40 days and 40 nights of this madness. Between needing to make enough money to feed 10 families in the Philippines, needing to be void of all emotion, and needing to pack freezer meat the size of the Eiffel Tower, I don't know which way is up anymore. It's safe to say the Red Pill movement doesn't need any introduction. But if you don't know, it's about personal awakening and learning the truth about what life is outside of what's considered the Matrix. I'm sure a Red Pill connoisseur is punching the air and yelling at me about that explanation, but without all the extra fluff, that's pretty much what it is. Get over it. My first...
Yeah, it's supposed to be as someone who consumed red pill content, reformed. I'm not gonna blatantly hate on it, but it is very much flawed because they do have some, like I said, when you have this red pill awakening, as they would put it in their terms, you coming in contact with some content that teaches you some things that necessarily you don't get taught by a father or a brother. Some people might get it and they don't, and I think these people don't necessarily find themselves in red pill spaces. But if you are taught the guidelines of how to deal with women and how to deal with the day-to-day life type things, then yeah, you'll find yourself being trapped in red pill content and having that red pill awakening when people tell you, hey, look, being a nice guy don't always mean you finish first. Being a nice guy might mean you finish last. Or they'll actually tell you that nice guys finish last, and that you need to be dealing with multiple women and so on and so forth. And she needs to be submissive. You need to be an alpha male. So that's what they tell you, and they package it up real good. And over the years, we've seen this shit get unraveled because the people who are preaching it are hypocrites, just like the dude who opened the video with. Hypocrites.
First introduction to the Red Pill was VH1's The Pickup Artist, which was probably everyone's first introduction without them even realizing it. If you had your own TV and the only thing your parents were worried about you watching was HBO after 12 a.m. for obvious reasons, your only other choice is to get that same hit of dopamine where girls...
Hey, he knows ball. Y'all see that? Y'all see the girl going wild? Him, yes, sir.
Girls Gone Wild commercials, VH1, MTV, BET, Uncut, and Tila Tequila on Howard Stern. Howard Stern was the first Adam 22, come to think of it. God, I need to get baptized again, bro. So anyway, the pickup artist. The pickup artist was my first introduction to Redpill content, being a middle schooler. The purpose of the show was to help men find success in cold approaching women. Harmless in the grand scheme of things. Fast forward to more current times, the Redpill looks very, very different. In the worst way possible. It went from peacocking, building your confidence, and at least having to actually approach women in person, to men providing sound advice to other men about improving themselves, to whatever the hell this is.
Guys who know me know I've talked about penis pumps for a while. So I'm here on YouTube, guys. This is not even FitX Talks. I'm going to tell you guys the truth about penis pumps. It's creating a vacuum that pumps blood through negative pressure to your junk. Let's not get complicated. That's all penis pumps do. Do penis pumps work? Yes and no.
How many inches does...
See, yeah, like he said, it's very calm to expand on his point. It comes in very calm. As somebody personally, I'm talking about my personal life. Middle school, high school, unless a girl was like overtly straightforward with me, telling me or somebody else telling them that they like me, bro, I was petrified of rejection. And I think some of that stuff was just confidence, going through puberty, body changing, went from a chunky short kid to someone who is 6 foot, you know, and all of a sudden you go from getting little to no attention to, okay, you're not a fat boy anymore. You know, 1 year you got glasses, 1 year you don't. The confidence ain't there yet. So I was petrified, and I had friends who would just be like, "Hey, the worst thing she gonna say is no." The famous lines. So this type of stuff, going in there from being like a low confidence middle schooler to a college kid, bro, you go through so much development, and some of the stuff from the red pill can aid you. But when you start going into penis pumps, dog, that's just genetics. You can't do nothing about that. I don't care how much air you pump into your little nuts or your piece. I don't care, bro. That's where it's calm. It's calm. You know, wear this cologne. Get some liners to go over your beard. I know my beard ain't touched up right now. I got no haircut. Excuse me, but you know, get some a lot of people don't know how to wash their ass. First of all, get a washcloth. Don't be using the same towel all week. Stuff like that. Just little small things that, you know, just being a dude, your mama tell you to do it, but for whatever reason, when an influencer or a podcaster tell you to do it on TV, it just sounds cooler because they make it sound cooler. They package it up. It's not like you get nagged. So I feel like that's why it's easy to fall into these spaces and then just be red pilled.
My junk need to be considered a man?
Minimum 7 inches. Every single man can get his wee-wee to 7 inches. If you're 5 inches, bro, you better start working on that shit today. Because the thing about women is they will tolerate it, but they prefer better. Women don't want to hurt your feelings.
I know what he's alluding to, and do not look into it. No, bro. Whatever you got is what you got. You're gonna have to work with that. You got to work with what you got, bro. Some people are born Chris Paul. Some people are born Wemby. You know, both potentially could go in the Hall of Fame based on skill set. It's about your skill set, not your whatever you got going on. Unless you just chop forever. I don't know what you better learn how to eat some cat or something. I don't know.
They don't want to tell you, yo, baby, I can barely feel when you're inside it. It don't have to be 12 inches, but you can be at least 7 and above. And you want your girl coming back for more. You want to be hitting that spot every time.
You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better fucking be rolling some sick shit. That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There has to be rims on my goddamn Phantom.
Let's take you, for example, and me. And we both pull up and we go to your girl. Odds are I'm going to take that. If you could pair...
But look at who's bro. Let me tell you, the nice car, bro. I'm sure you worked hard for it, but I would not be in fear. I'm secure enough. This is him. This is a self-report. I'm secure enough to be like, bro. I don't care what car you have, bro. The most emotion I had in the sense of the female persuasion is when I probably had the least amount of money. Right now, I am making the most amount of money that I've made in my entire life, and I'm married now. But I had most of the emotion when I had the least amount of funds. So if somebody was to pull up, per se, like this, because this never happens, by the way. This shit only happens in like YouTube skits. And a girl pulls up, and a dude pulls up in a Lamborghini, whatever he got, Phantom. It was like, yeah, I'm taking your bit. If she goes, hey, but this would never happen, bro. This is in La La Land. Shit like this only happen in movies. I'm not saying it could never happen, but the odds of this shit happening, if that girl is your actual girl doing that shit, not likely. Or she just never liked you in the first place, and she was looking for an excuse.
Me to you, you're not gonna win that battle. So the next time you think that your girl's on lock, I got the keys to the cat.
Like, he talking spice. That this shit only work on girls who care about that shit. And if you as a dude, what little piece of advice, don't. if your only worth to this woman is your pockets, that's not the girl for you, buddy. She don't really like you for real. She just like what you could provide. And that might sound red pillish to me, but I'm not also stupid. But if she looking for that, she just looking for the next wave. You know what I'm saying? It was just your turn, bro. That still might sound red pillish too. But sometimes that just is what it is if you're dealing with a girl who wants with a Lamborghini just for the Lamborghini.
Penis
or McLaren.
Pumps.
A far cry from what it was, and to be honest, it's the biggest display of insecurity I've ever seen on or off the fucking internet. It seems as if it's focused on being as intimidating as possible, having the baddest arm candy money could buy, and just being this mythical Herculean alpha male. The concept of being an alpha male is not even a real thing in the first place. It was popularized by David.
I'm gonna say I think we made that up, but bro, I never got see my ideology again. I'm married, so before this, if I had a lot of money, I would not want to buy the attention of women or use money to get the attention of women. I more so liked the pursuit more than anything. You know, ain't nothing. I mean, ain't nothing like just doing it off the strength. Whether you do it in person or you do it in the DMs or a dating apps or whatever you do, just off the, you know, just being you, off your personality. You know, because you could hoop, you got skills. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about basketball. Like that was more so than me just sitting back, money spread. It pulling one like that, bro. That's like, how do you get any satisfaction from that?
Metch, who co-opted the term from Swiss wolf expert and ethologist Rudolf Schenkel, who first introduced the term in 1947. And since then, David Metch himself has debunked this concept.
The term alpha isn't really accurate when describing most of the leaders of wolf packs because the term implies that the wolves fought and competed strongly to get to the top of the pack. In actuality, the way they get there is merely by mating with a member of the opposite sex, producing a bunch of offspring, which are the rest of the pack then, and becoming the natural leaders that way, just like with a pair of humans producing a family.
There's phases of this red pill journey that men go through. You have your vulnerability phase, where you are binging the content and fully immersing yourself in everything that is red pill. The radicalization phase, where you're now obsessed with the content, and more often than not, it's manifesting through your actions, the way you talk, or like this.
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead. That's okay?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making...
he's having a bad day. I remember this video though, but this is a pull, bro. This is a pull. He was hot, not at the bagel shop, bro. I just want, you know what I'm saying? A little cinnamon bagel cream cheese, bro. You in here talking about the hoes. You in here yelling about the hoes for no reason, gang. Come on, dude. They don't even know you, bro. There's plenty of short dudes that's married and happy and having girlfriends and having everything. We just saw FedEx short ass a couple clips ago. He's fine. He's short as hell.
Can that up? Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip.
In Insecurity. This act.
Y'all like baldy?
Man, this shit. Act. No. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Shout out to you, man. You earned a subscription, dog. These is gold. These is gold, bro.
I finally got around to watching Sinners. Don't
These
cook
is gold. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to real quick. I had to.
Bodybuilders?
Oh, yeah? Bodybuilders? Yeah. I like skinny, scrawny guys.
How about multimillionaires? How about Asians and thick? How about talented? How about loving and respectful?
Insecurity is ugly, bro. Insecurity is ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just find you again. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Just find you some that like muscles, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You a swole dude. I'm pretty sure it's a swole chick, swole gym girl that love you, bro. If she likes skinny dudes, some chicks just like skinny dudes, bro. Come on, man. You talking about 8 inches and thick. Now you embarrassing yourself. This is your digital footprint.
And I run a 6-minute mile. My testimony, I'm nothing but pure, and I ask you if you want to be in the YouTube channel. And you like scrawny.
And the last phase of the red pill journey is the individual deciding to leave the red pill, reevaluating everything they previously learned. The problem is, some men don't make it to this phase, and they end up being stuck and obsessed with the content they consume. Or, if you're a content creator and you've built your following around phase 2, it's not easy to transition your content. And more often than not, it's too late, because a lot of these content creators in this space have damaged their reputation beyond repair. So if you're following along here, they enter in phase 1, transition to phase 2, fuck up their reputation. They know their reputation is fucked. So now the only thing they have left to do is grift and sell you a course about how to be an alpha male, which prevents them from entering phase 3. Because once phase 3 starts, the following might leave, the views might drop. And now you're putting fries in the bag, which, according to alpha male and red pill ideology, is not so alpha. So unless you rebrand yourself, you're now stuck in this cycle of cosplaying Vince McMahon. There's a lot of reasons why this content is popular in the first place. Men not having success in the dating market, men not feeling respected by women, a lack of a mentor in their life, or just difficulty navigating who they think they need to be as a man. For some men, it's just simple as they're just scared of rejection, or they've internalized how other men have been rejected. I am married now, but I thank God there was no cameras when I was shooting my shots, bro, because I have air ball. But that leads them to say things like a woman.
Hey, that's part of the game, though. That's part of the game. That's what I'm saying, though, bro. The purest form is, you know, it's just you. I would say I don't want to exclude the internet, right? Because I grew up on the internet, so that was part of having game, is whether you could pull in DMs or not. So I would say, man, missing ain't nothing but a learning opportunity. Well, what ain't nothing but a learning opportunity, and I think a lot more, because I've expressed, and I know I'm not the only one, that male that fears rejection. So if I was fearing rejection back then, and like you said, it wasn't really no cameras around, nothing like that, bro, can you imagine what some males are going through right now, what they seen on the internet, how much access, how many examples, how many stuff is real and not real, bro? Like, could you imagine that? My dog's barking. Hold on.
And will never love you for you, or the average man doesn't have a chance, which I don't agree with, because you can go to any mall, shopping outlet, inexpensive dinner spot, park, whatever, and see happy couples there walking, holding hands, having a great time. So I chalk that up to certain men just being chronically online. And I'm specific.
That's a fact. That's this. I forgot because I just got up and left. But dog, it's. I promise you, it's only like this on the internet. Given you may run. I'm not saying you will never run into a scenario that you've seen on the internet, but it's more likely the stuff that you happen on the internet is not gonna happen to you. You live in your own lived experience. If you happen to have rejection or something go on and so on and so forth, just chalk it up to the game and move on. But I feel like that fear of rejection is so amplified nowadays because of what you see on the internet that it just prevents people from doing anything. So with that being said, get out there and live, man. Get out there, dog.
Specifically focused on some of the Red Pill's views on women here, because a lot of the content is created with the end goal.
And most of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, is anecdotal or people making up hypotheticals and talking about it. Like some people, that may be one person's lived experience. We're not even talking about the city they're living in, what kind of money they got, their personality when they off camera, because a lot of people be fake. All these things are factors that you may not have any of those things in common with them. So you might not even have that experience at all.
Goal in mind of helping a man get the woman he desires. And that's what it comes down to. Cheeks. Just cheeks. And it does this by putting men on a path to be high value. And on top of that, unfortunately, a lot of men tie their self-worth to the quality of woman that they could attract or lack thereof. They can have a great career, a support system, etc., and still feel worthless or lonely because they lack an intimate connection with a woman. How things are today with social media constantly telling you you're not working hard enough, you're not making enough money to support some unrealistic lifestyle, you don't look good enough, it's pretty easy to understand why a lot of men and women are mentally checked out. This depression for men sometimes evolves into an us versus them mentality. Hating women without realizing they hate women, being abusive, saying all women are hoes, or for some of us, throwing dick around everywhere. Dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, which are all primarily made up of men, have made it easy to window shop dating options and just swipe into the void. Corn is super accessible now, with Twitter and Instagram being the main facilitators. Just pick your favorite female influencer and there's a 50% chance there's an OnlyFans link in her bio, or she's been to Dubai. Before I got off of Twitter, I would have to hide my phone in public when I was scrolling just in case anything popped up. But this leads to men being
It's the craziest thing, bro. So I go to Twitter for shoe drops, sports news. And if I want to search, if some of my friends say something to me, usually Twitter might get it out before anybody else does, right? So I think I was next to my wife, or at the time she was my fiance, and it was just an OF girl on there. She clothed or whatever, but she's like, who are you following? And this is my Twitter from high school, so I don't even know what's going on with the algorithm at this point. So it just is what it is. So if I scroll a little bit, sports, dumb tweet meme, and then random OF girl, click on the page. I gotta click on her page and be like, hey, I don't follow her. I don't know why she's on my page. Nobody retweeted it, nothing. So I'm just like, yo, I don't know. Or maybe one of the meme, you know what it probably was. The meme pages be interacting with the OF girls, and the OF girls pay the meme pages to just run up their engagement, so people go click on their profile. So I'm pretty sure that's probably where it came from. But hey, man, be careful in these Twitter streets.
Addicted to corn, having their perception of women altered dramatically. And
you a few scrolls away from seeing some buttocks and some nips.
And in men under the age of 40 and as young as 20 suffering from ED. What I'm getting at here is having too many decisions at your disposal can lead to decision fatigue. And as humans, we're naturally wired to go toward the path of least resistance. And this is part of the reason why things have gotten so bad and why the red pill has been pushed to the forefront, or was pushed to the forefront at this point. And in my opinion, it's created this open gender war between both sides, with some women saying, men ain't shit. Men need to be providers. My money is my money and his money is our money. To men saying, women need to be more traditional. Women need to quit begging. They need to cook, clean, slop, top, drop, open up shop. You get the idea. Some men said, fuck it, I'ma just go overseas. Which, that's just sex tourism, and that's a topic for another day. This combination of things has created this extreme gamification of dating, and it's made way for red pill or red pill adjacent content creators to make a living off of giving men bad advice.
How to get yourself out of a drought if you're super down bad. This is the last resort. So you're going to want to search for the registered offenders that's near you. I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to keep searching until you find the girl that you want. I will block out her face, but she's an offender, so I don't really care. But after you find who you want to search them up on Facebook.
Do not be vulnerable with women. I
Brother, what? Brother, what? Hey. That shit is crazy. What the fuck kind of boots Byron got on? That motherfucker got on some motherfucking. Bro, what the fuck boots is them, dog? That shit just completely threw me off. What the fuck is them? Them pilgrim steppers.
But you've never been in love.
Women are not built to handle masculine problems. Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you, oh my God, my life is hard, blah, 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 blah. You might sit there and console me for a bit, but deep down you're like, you fucking bitch.
A woman's biggest...
That's such a flawed way of thinking. I would say be careful in general who you are vulnerable with. Like, if you got a friend you know that might not be as emotionally mature, or you just started dating a woman or something like that, if you've been dating, or if this is your wife or your fiance and you can't be vulnerable with them, like, I'm not saying be boohoo crying to them every single day, bro, but like, if you can't express what you feeling and emotions and communicate it in a way to where she'll understand, then I don't think that's the one for you. And just friends in general, people in general, bro, you can't tell everybody all your business, because most people, I would think, and maybe this is a jaded way of thinking, are selfish and only care about themselves. They might have some empathy for you, but I've seen a lot of people tell people's business and go behind others' backs, go behind my back, tell them something personal, and then they're using it against me later on. So that's my tad bit of advice. Is it jaded? Maybe. Is it flawed? Probably, but hey, I'm you.
Weakness. The key thing in any man to woman relationship is to keep her chasing for your validation. And the honest truth is, it takes a certain level of game to keep her interest level high in you. And the best way to do this is through uncertainty. Uncertainty is a woman's weak spot. It's pretty much the opposite of validation.
So when you quit raging and
what is that social media accent that did that music, bro?
You make it to phase 3, what does that look like?
I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life. And it wasn't until I actually turned around and started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now I'm happily married. I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier.
Even Sneeko has made it to phase 3, and regardless of how...
But you know, after that clip, what he says to him is, so it worked. He's still going to take credit for that. He's still going to say, yeah, you saw the end of the road, but that's not what they actually want you to do, because they want you to continue to be that guy and not find a wife. Because once you find a wife, what other use does Red Pill serve for you? I mean, have we seen any red pillars with wives, or at the end of the road go and get married and have kids? I don't know. Yeah, if it's examples, I don't want to speak in the matter of facts, but if it is examples out there, besides bro at the beginning of the video? Y'all let me know.
How you feel about him? He's right here. He's absolutely right.
Ultimately, the biggest mistake being part of the Red Pill manosphere wasn't really the ideology. The biggest mistake was being around people who are full of shit. It felt like somebody first walking into New York City. Oh my God, the big city, huh? Get hit by a car, get robbed or mugged. Oh, I'm so drunk and I was the clueless guy. Hey, la la la, la. I was wearing a crop top and short shorts in the subway at 2 a.m. Hey, boys. If I were to ever do an apology video, it would be for being associated with these leeches. You don't need to follow this. Red Pill is dead. Follow God.
So with that, I ask, is the Red Pill actually helping, or is it playing on men's insecurities? For the most part, I think that shit is cooked, man. I think it's become about playing on men's insecurities for a bag and not really caring about whether they succeed or not. Because if they do succeed, why would they need your content anymore? They got...
Hey, I promise you I didn't watch the video. But yeah, I deduced that from Cuz right there, who was talking about how he got a wife and kids. He got a wife and kids now. Well, she could have achieved those things and just dated around. Or dated until he found his wife without having to run through as many. He probably could have dated a fraction of the women he did before he found his wife. But I mean, that's not what Red Pill is going to tell you. I don't hear personally as many stories as his as I do people just leaving the Red Pill. You know, they just like I'm done with it.
Got the woman of their dreams. They got the house. They got the car. They got the money. They won. They have the cure. Most of these red pillars don't even live by the words that they preach. For example, telling your audience not to date single moms while at the same time dating a single mom. Dunking on gold diggers and OnlyFans models while at the same time using your influence as a creator to try and sleep with them. Teaching men how to be in relationships with women while at the same time not having been in a relationship until your mid-30s. They could...
But that's the shit. And for me to have listened to Fresh and Fit and watched episodes like that and knowing that I've had more girlfriends than Myron Gaines, so I could probably talk more about relationships and the ins and outs of relationships to him is mind-boggling because he was just bullshitting the entire time. It was no pure, you know. It was no hooping involved. He was sitting up there. He was Skip Bayless. You know what I'm saying? Talk a lot about the game. You know, knows a lot about the game, but can't actually hoop. Can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're not even some of the analysts. Let me stop, man. But golly, bro.
Game their way out of a paper bag. They tell men to be stoic and level-headed while at the same time being emotional about every fucking thing and kicking women off your podcast the second they say something you don't like. Telling men you want to help them, but then charging them thousands of dollars for a alpha male boot camp.
You don't fucking deserve to be here. Fucking quit. You piece of shit.
For 18K. That says for 18K.
I want to be a better man. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better, you fucking whiny piece of shit.
I can go on and on about why this shit is trash. I think a lot of this content indirectly or actually directly leads to men relegating women to only being sex objects, something to be conquered, or to just start despising women, or rather women in the West. There's 169 million women in the United States of America. 169 million women, and you're telling me you can't find one, not two, not three, not four, but one woman that likes you. Not one. Sounds like a skill issue, bro. Sounds like you're stuck in ELO hell. Switching servers is not going to make you better at the game. There are a few Red Pill adjacent content creators that are...
That's a bar.
...are complete douchebags, but they're far and few in between. The bottom line is, content creators stuck in phase 2 and Red Pill raging to their audience are all trapped in an echo chamber. It reminds me of when Itachi put Kabuto in the Izanami and he was stuck there and had to literally play out the same circumstance until he just figured his fucking life out. They're trapped and they need to figure themselves out internally. And just to clarify, There is nothing wrong with men's improvement content, but all that other shit is not helping men at all. It's the Izanami. They're trapped. Probably forever. In my opinion, the best way to navigate into or within a relationship is to talk to people who have been in long-term marriages. I've gotten a lot of great advice from people who've been married for years and even people who've been divorced. You can learn a lot of good things about how to not mess up a relationship talking to them. Sometimes. Find a mentor at church. Talk to your grandparents if they're still with you and if they have the relationship that you desire to have in the future. Go to therapy. I've personally found a lot of success in doing that. Go to couples therapy if you're in a relationship. At least try all of that before trading your dignity and self-respect to listen to one of these alpha male weirdos. So yeah, the red pill's on life support, if not dead already. It's falling apart. It's been falling apart for years, man. And it's become a way for grifters, men and women, to propel themselves financially. In a nutshell, it's heroin. Very easy to consume, addictive, entertaining, but you definitely do not need that shit. And keep in mind, for the vast majority of men, you don't need to make 6 figures if she likes you. You don't have to be 6 foot tall if she really likes you. Just go on a date with a Mexican if you're 5'3". They don't care about that shit. Just joking. Halfway. You don't have to be a shooting guard for the Lakers. You don't need to sleep with 50 plus women to understand the type of woman that's good for you. You for damn sure don't need a vasectomy.
Let me read this real quick. Let me let y'all read it with me. Quickest path to becoming a high value man. Do not get married. Avoid family creation. You know, the first 2 things are, I would think he put it in that order because it's the most important things, but will keep you listening to him. If you marry with a family, what purpose does red pill content? We already went over this. Next thing, vasectomy in your 20s is insane. If you don't want kids, that's up to you. My little brother got a vasectomy, but it was after he had 2 kids. Live consistently, fine. Sneak in something that's useful. Eliminate all sedations. Okay, probably talking about drugs. Learn game and networking. That's fine. Play to your strengths, build wealth. Fine. So the top 3 things on here is gonna keep you, because you can't do. You likely would scare away a lot of women unless they don't want kids by doing number 3, I should say. And then 2, if you do number 3, if you do the first 3 things, you're gonna be red pilled for the remainder of your life until you snap out of it, and then you could be like, damn, I got a vasectomy, and I'm 35, I'm pushing 40. I have all of this money nobody share with, and I scared away a lot of women because I had a vasectomy before consulting. It's just not a good look. This is not a good look. It's not good advice.
And how alpha you are does not matter, because your girlfriend can still roll bounce out of your life with a construction worker if you're a shit human being. Thanks for watching.
Hey, this is a good ass video, dog. I've said my piece on the situation. Find some normal, grounded content creators if you really need improvement. If you're missing that big bro or mentor, so on and so forth, they out there, man. Might be a little hard. Might have to dig through some red pill creators. Might have to dodge a couple, But all in all, good video by him. Dropped him a sub, dropped him a like. Make sure you drop a like and a sub on this video if you want to see more reactions. But without further ado, I'm going to get us up out of here. Cool.